Taking care of your body is more important than you know. I know with people who have family history of cancer, they get really worried that they're going to get it. But with the few things that I'm going to tell you here later on, we can change some of these things in your life and make some precautionary steps in helping to keep your body healthier and stronger, which will also help to prevent different cancers and illnesses that your family may have and that you may have had in the past. And you want to make sure that you're living a fulfilling life and that you're saving money as you're doing so. So, doing some of these steps will help you save money in the long run. They may not seem like it at the time, but they will in the long run. So, we'll get started. The first item you want to look at is like food and how you prepare it and what kind of foods you're eating. Now, I know red meat tastes really good sometimes, but in order to keep your body healthy, you want to try and cut down on that. You can eat all things, but in moderation, right? So, we'll keep red meats down to moderation, and you want to try and avoid fatty foods that have been like fried and reprocessed, and you want to try and avoid sugary foods, and you also want to try and avoid foods that have been preserved really well. And like, I know canned foods are really easy and they're really cheap, and we're advised to have canned foods for food storage, and that's totally fine. But if you want to try and eat healthier, try and make more on the spot meals like fresh foods and fresh veggies. Those are really, really good for you. And you also want to try and avoid pickled foods because the vinegar in the foods that's preserving it gets into the food, and then it also tears away and eats away at the enamel on your teeth, so that's not good for your teeth. And just the whole process of the pickling is kind of not the greatest for you. Even though they may taste good sometimes, they're not the best. So, another thing you want to try and take more of is you want more veggies. Veggies are just really, really good for you. Make sure you have a full variety of intake for different grains and calcium and all sorts of stuff. So you can go to myplate.org, and that's the new pyramid. They've changed it to a plate now, and it just gives great tips on like how to prepare foods, what foods to eat, and how much you should eat of all these things. So that's really good. Like I mentioned earlier, veggies are a really good thing. So you want to try and take in more colorful foods, and a lot of that will come from vegetables. So another thing, the deeper the color is, the better it is for you. And if you want to get the most bang for your veggies, you want to try and get like broccoli and celery and spinach and bell peppers. Bell peppers are probably one of the most awesome vegetables for you because they just contain so much that you can't even get even if you were just to take calcium supplements or whatever. They're just really good. So you want to make sure that you get that and you get colorful foods. And again, you want to avoid fatty foods like really fatty meats or fried foods. And pickled foods are really bad, like I said. And in ways of cooking your food, you want to make sure that you cook your food in a way that you can kind of control the temperature more and control how fast and how much it cooks. The food, I should say. And so you want to avoid frying and you want to avoid grilling because when you get that charring going on, you're ingesting that and you're blocking your system. So you can't get all the nutrients from all the other foods that you're eating. So you want to try and avoid the charring on all the foods as much as you can. Again, moderation is good and fine. Just make sure that you're eating healthy most of the time. And so baking or boiling your foods is probably the better way of controlling the temperature because if you overcook it or get it too hot, you end up losing a lot of the nutritional value in the food that you're cooking or you're eating. So then the next item that we want to work on is we want to work on exercise. Exercising is really great because you're not only keeping your body moving, but you're keeping everything alive and awake, and you're just working it all out and you're making it tired, which helps you sleep better at night. And it also is keeping you rejuvenated because a body in motion stays in motion. So, there's a few things you can do. You can go online and you can search for different online trainers, and they come up with a plan for you. And you can find a whole bunch of these free. I found several websites where you could just look for a trainer and you can join this thing for free. You sign up with your email, and then you come up with a plan of like a workout that you want to do on a weekly basis or a couple days a week kind of thing. And then it just kind of is like a motivator, really. And so it's really good because you can do it in the comfort of your own home, and it's free, and you're getting a workout. So it's really great. Um, you can start by doing smaller things in your day, like parking farther away from an entrance of a place you're going into. So that way you're getting moving and you're keeping everything flowing well. And if you do speed walking a lot, that's really good too, because you're getting your heart racing a little bit faster, which raises the blood temperature, and then you start to sweat a little, so you can kind of burn off some of that fat if you speed walk where you go. You may think that you look funny, but you're helping your body out a lot by doing that as well. Another thing is you can take the stairs instead of taking an elevator or taking the short way around. You can just do the long way and give yourself some time to ponder about how good you're going to look when you're done working out. And um, then if you wanted to, you could go to a gym and you could start a routine with a trainer there if you wanted to go. And you can do a whole cardio thing. You can do abs and arms and, get all those muscles moving and flexing and the blood flowing. So that's a really good thing. And you can kind of keep your body awake doing that. And our next item that we wanted to talk about is with doctor's visits. Eating right and working out is all great for your body and will help you immensely. But probably one of the bigger steps that you need to worry about is your doctor's visits. You want to save money, right? Who doesn't want to save money? So, taking these routine checkups with your doctors and routine visits is really good at helping you save money in the long run, because you are keeping an eye out on what is going on with your body. You're making this background of your body for your doctor so that if something comes up later, they can see your past history of yourself and they can make judgments on what's best for you at that time because you have that background knowledge. So another thing is, I was thinking, when you go to the doctor because something's wrong, they ask you a lot of like medical history about yourself, and then they ask you about your family history as well. But if you're doing these routine visits, they already have all that history, so they can cut down on the time as well that it would take to cure whatever you have going on. So you're cutting down on time and you're cutting down on cost because you caught this item early, which is another really good thing to mention. When you do these routine visits, you can catch these problems early. My grandmother, for instance, she had breast cancer when I was like 10 years old, and they thought that they got it all, but apparently they didn't. And because she kept doing routine visits, even after the time that they specified for her, she ended up finding it again earlier, and so they were able to take care of it, and so she's going through chemo now, and it's such a low dose that she's not losing her hair. She's still able to do just about everything she wants to do, and she's not having to stay in the hospital for weeks at a time and not feeling that terrible as she was before. So it's really good to go and do your doctor's appointments on a routine basis and get to know your doctor and have that relationship, because it's just really amazing. So then moving from the workout and visiting with your doctor, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your body, and that's the next step. You want to make sure that you're getting enough fluid in your body to make sure that you're hydrated. Being hydrated is really important. It'll help to keep you functioning properly, and it'll help to keep you on your toes. Thinking quickly is something that comes a lot from being well hydrated. And so be well hydrated and then getting enough sleep. You want to make sure that you do that, because if your body's not getting the rest it needs, it's not able to repair itself and to become stronger. So you need to make sure that you're getting enough rest as well. And then, like I said, in moderation before, you want to make sure that if you're smoking, you cut that down or you even stop. If you think about these commercials that they had not a couple years ago or several years ago on the TV, where they'd show your organs and stuff and they'd like squeeze it and all this nasty, ugly colored stuff would come out of it. Well, that's what it is. If you're not eating right, if you're not taking care of your body, and if you're not working out, that's what's happening to your body. Even though you're not smoking, you're still letting other things come into your body that is going to make it eventually get to that point. So you want to take care of your body and not do bad things. And if you do, you want to keep it to moderation. So that's smoking, and alcohol is another thing. If you drink, you want to cut that down a lot because it impairs your ability to think properly and to function properly. And you're basically taking all of your organs that look great and are full of liquid and running properly. We can refer it to a grape. You've got a grape inside of you, and when you drink liquor, you're basically drying it up to the size of a raisin, and it looks like that. So you want to just make sure that you're not drinking. And if you do, you do it in moderation because it does impair a lot of functions that your body does to help you run like a normal human. And then you just want to make sure that you keep up on all of your things like eating properly, the way you cook your meals, exercising, routine visits with your doctors, and just taking care of your body. In conclusion, that's all you want to do is you want to take care of your body by doing all of those things, and you want to keep it running, and you want to keep on top of everything so that you can live a long and full life. And being a cancer patient myself, it is very important to just do all of this and make you be the best that you can be, because why would you want to be anything else? I mean, healthy is great, and I've been able to be a part of so many more things because I've changed these items in my life, and I've been able to make me a healthier person than I was previously. So make sure you take care of your body and eat healthy and work out and create a relationship with your doctor. And that's all.